Alright, here we are in round 2. Let's see if we can luck sack again against Asnik. Hello and good luck. We lost the die roll. That is okay. And same strategy as before, get lucky to win. And aside from that, trade creatures aggressively. Here we have perfect mana plus a cauldron and 2 spore mounds, so that should get a really nice start for us. So we're not going to mull. And yeah, see how the rest of the draws pan out for us. I'm going to lead with the forest here. Ooh, a mana weft sliver, that'll help. I think I'll play that before I play the bubbling cauldron. Makes a lot of sense. A little worried about playing a strong synergistic deck, such as the the enchantment deck. I think I'm just scared of any cohesive deck. We won that first round thanks to our opponent getting very unlucky there in the last game, and also us kind of lucking that plummet in the first game. But let's go creatures! Creatures, creatures, creatures! Steel form sliver. Okay. Okay. Wouldn't mind not a forest, but whatever. Yeah, because we just can't get the spore mound out quite yet. It's only 4 mana. So we'll play our bubbling cauldron, F6, and if something, the mana weft sliver dies or something, then we'll just gain some life here. But we're probably just gonna take 2. If Quag Sickness or Pacifism comes down. Actually, Pacifism would be just fine on mana weft sliver. Go for it. We'll take our 2. See what my opponent has as a follow-up play. Another steel form sliver. Okay, so defenses are up. And we should have just about the same. I am going to play the spore mound and get that online nice and early. At least we can start blocking a little bit here. Could have played the cockatrice and keep a bubbling cauldron online. But getting 2 spore mounds out should be pretty good. We can start double blocking and everything. What you doing, Asnik? What are you thinking about? Playing a Sarah Angel? Oof. I mean, I guess I have the cockatrice to help deal with that, but it would definitely be not fun. And, oh, Shadowborn Demon. Okay. So let me remember this. Destroy target non-demon creature. Yes. And being your upkeep, if you have first 6 creatures in card, then yeah. So my opponent's going super aggro here. I'm definitely playing my Death Gaze Cockatrice, and then probably Lay the Land as well, just to get it online, and then I'll have a mana up for Bubbling Cauldron. Luckily, the Steel Form Sliver is going to go, and hopefully this Death Gaze Cockatrice will allow me to have a 2-for-1. Don't think I care. So my opponent knows I have that, and then we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. Any removal spell is really bad, but at least the Shadowborn Demon will continue to sort of eat away its own creatures. And gaining this 4 life, if there is a removal spell, will at least help, though I don't know if it's going to be enough in time. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Alright, so my opponent has to sacrifice Steel Form Slivers. Oh, just sacrificed its demon. Okay. That kind of works. Wow. Very interesting. I'm going to continue to take 4 here, because Spore Mound will get me back in the game. And having Bubbling Cauldron as a source for life gain, I'm okay with that. And Death Gaze Cockatrice is a little more important for a more relevant creature, maybe like a 2-for-1 with an enchantment or something in these colors. Stoneheart Chanter. Don't care that much about that. Okay, so I can play Spore Mound, and you get a Spore, which helps holding some guys back. But I kind of feel like Guardian of the Ages is what I need here now. And if really worse comes to worse, I mean, I really won't like that life gain, but I gotta get this guy out. And we gotta just play D. It's all about the defense right now. Pacifism? No, it's gonna happen. And if that's the case, what do? Just block the Stoneheart Chanter? Keep gaining 4? Alright, that's fine. I'll keep gaining 4. Or at least I'll keep taking 4. Because these guys I can deal with. I can't really deal with Stoneheart Chanter that well on its own. So I will go down to 6 here. Because I do have Spore Mound, plus a Spore, plus a life gain. Oh. That's dangerous. And that's why Stoneheart Chanter is just chillin'. We're going to try to double block the Stoneheart Chanter if it wants to get lifelink with my Spore Mound and my Saproling token. Because the Death Gaze Cockatrice is going to have to stick around for the Angel that's going to be made when that happens. Okay. Well, at least my opponent tapped out for that. So he's going to bash in with the lifelink Vigilance dude. I'll go ahead and double block. With the Spore Mound and the Saproling. It's going to get the Angel, but the Death Gaze Cockatrice will be able to deal with that. Just barely staying alive here. I'm going to go ahead and gain my life now off of this Guardian because I don't have any way to get rid of Pacifism. So I'll take my opportunity to gain 4 life here. Giant Spider. Not a horrible rip, but not awesome. Play it and pass the turn. No attacks. Taking 2 a turn here. More life gain? Please no more life gain. Please no more life gain. Oh. Your own Death Gaze Cockatrice. Alright. Hey, another swamp. Last thing I need. Mana Weft Sliver is pretty shortly just going to be gain 4 life. You know, block, gain 4. I'll have to trade these 2 off. Bubbling Cauldron. Up there's the combo there. I'll make the trade. It'll probably just be sacrifice, so I'll get the giant spider to come back. I can do my block and sacrifice, but I might as well just take 4 here. No, wanted to do it. Okay, that makes sense. So my opponent's still just going to sacrifice and upgrade. Yeah. Wait a second. What are you trying to do? It's going to be very hard for me to win this game. Ooh, Griffin Sentinel. Okay. Do I have anything? Blood Baron. Oh, it's a creature. So here, yeah, my opponent just upgrades to an angel. I'm going to take 6 in the air, but I'm going to be able to gain some life. Just having this combo is just insane. You just sacrifice the creature each time. You just gain 4 life every turn. So to somehow remove the creatures. I'm not too sure I see that happening. Okay. So I have to go ahead and pay 1 to sacrifice a creature, gain 4 life, go to 1. Do I have that naturalize in my sideboard? That would be very good. And Griffin Sentinel. That's not gonna cut it. I'm gonna concede here for time, because if I'm gonna win this match, I'm going to need to get into that 3rd game. Oh, I don't have the naturalize. Windstorm, though, coming on in. Possibly Festering Newt. So we're going to pull out Ley of the Land for Windstorm for sure. Festering Newt, again, possibly. It's not awesome if I don't have the Bubbling Cauldron. But then is Tenacious Dead do anything? Yeah, it's helping me stay alive long enough to start killing my opponent. I could just pull out the Guardian again, but I think I just need power at that level. But with investing 7 mana just to have it pacify, it's gonna suck. Maybe pull out the Warlord now, because that'll help kill angels and whatnot. I think I'm gonna pull out the Corpse Hauler and bring in the Festering Newt. Because I don't think the Corpse Hauler's gonna do a lot against all those 2/3s running around. Sweet. Let's do that. Play first and get lucky. That was the game plan all along. And yeah, we're definitely not mulliganing. We have a pretty okay start here with the Tenacious Dead into Advocate, Giant Spider, Warlord. So if we curve out, that might be our only way to win. My opponent's going down to 6 here. Not horrible on the draw. We'll get our Tenacious Dead online. Try to start some beats down. Alright, Aznook. Your own Tenacious Dead? Oh, your own Festering Newt. And you do have a Bubbling Cauldron, don't you now? I'm going to go ahead and bash in. Because I want to be aggressive, despite my opponent having life gain. Being able to play makes me want to do that. Boink. Alright, passing the turn. Man, if I can get these Advocates down and then my Rumbling Baloth and without a removal spell on that guy, that's going to be pretty insane. I'm just dreaming here. Just my little corner cases of where I might be able to get some advantage on my opponent. Cool. My opponent doesn't have a turn 2, neither did I. Hey, my own Festering Newt. We'll hang on to that guy for a little bit later. Start the pings happening. Cool. Certainly would be happy to have another land next turn to get the giant spider online. Could even do the advocate and the fist renew. But hey, worst case scenario, I get another advocate down. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I will continue the beats for 3 power. And I'll trade the Tenacious Dead with the Newt now, if my opponent needs to, and then I only have 1 swamp, that's a bummer, but it blanks my turn. But I think it's important. I wouldn't do this normally unless I hadn't seen the Bubbling Cauldron, because since Bubbling Cauldron is so relevant, yeah, again, we just want to get creatures gone. That is what's key here. I don't think Aznik is going to trade. So prevent all damage. Was going to take 1 damage, but yeah, still blanks my turn, but that's okay. Again, normally not something you want to do to waste an entire turn for just that little guy, but with what my what Aznik's trying to do here, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Alright, ooh, and a Reaver. Sweet deck, Aznik. Not gonna lie, I am a fan. Okay, so I play you. I'm gonna play the Vampire Warlord. It does mean Tenacious Dead might be trading with the Reaver. Actually, probably the Advocate of the Beast. Unless I wanted to do some kind of weirdo double block. No. Key is Reaver can't start connecting. So. Just absolutely cannot. Okay, there's the Accord. Time for me to pray. Okay. So I attack in the Warlord and sacrifice the dead and do that. So that's not gonna, I'm just gonna do 4 damage to my opponent. And then what do I have as backup? What am I gonna? How am I blocking this Reaver? I don't have a single creature that can just trade with it on its own, but the Tenacious Dead should be able to keep it alive, so I just keep 2 mana up, fine. And then I can play like my Giant Spider out, so that's fine. It gives me a block with Tenacious Dead. Worst case scenario, if that gets removed or something, I can do a chump. Certainly not in love with that. I could do a double block. My opponent has nothing right now, so that's good. Trollhide's going to be pretty awesome. What do I want to Trollhide? My Advocate? Make a 4/5, start bashing with both. Having regen up is going to be good. Do I have enough for 1, 2, 3? I have enough for 1 regen. And or 1 Tenacious Dead. So yeah, that's going to be good. Now we're just going to start putting pressure on. Okay. My opponent does have way to gain life, so that is certainly relevant. Now being able to have a Trollhide and Tenacious Dead activation depending on what my opponent plays. That will be good. Oromancer. Okay, just trying to set up some D, it looks like, which is very good for me. Alright, so attacking with both. Tenacious Dead stays alive again. Yeah, we like that game plan. Remember, it is just about killing things. Maybe I attack him with a giant spider also, because in the festering newt, I'm training festering newt and giant spider for the Reaver. But I just want creatures off my opponent's board. Now, I think I have enough pressure happening right now where that's okay. Assume a chump comes down here. Okay. Regen both. Gives us one extra regen of some sort. And then we get there. So tricky. Tricky. My opponent didn't have enough to stem the onslaught here. Liliana's Reaver. Wow, that's a good card. But like everything, we just want to be aggressively trading our creatures for my opponents, and we have a lot of creatures to do that with. So that is cool. Corpse Hauler, I still think I like the Newt a little bit better. If I ever need the Cauldron out or something, that'll be fine. Sacrifice name. Loses 4, you can. It's still not exactly awesome though. I'm gonna bring it back. I don't think that Cauldron, that 4-point life gain Swain is gonna matter that much. I think Corpse Hauler, so maybe aggressively trained creatures. I'm gonna want to get like my Vampire or my Cockatrice back or something like that with the Corpse Hauler, if I can stay alive that long. Yeah, because there's not many options for the Newt to trade with. Kind of wishy-washy, but I think it's appropriate. Well now. Asnik is playing first. I can't win with this, so unfortunately. I just need more creatures. This I can probably win with. Still would like one of my many 3-drops. But, ooh, Festering Newt. Okay, races are on. Hey, there's one of the 3-drops, so that's pretty cool. Get a Siphon Sliver, then an Accursed Spirit, then a Spore Moundon. And trade galore. What am I getting? Giant Spider? That's a card. It's a creature. It's what I need. Griffin Sentinel. Okay. Not putting pressure on my opponent early is definitely not good with my deck. And against my opponent who can next turn very comfortably play the Cauldron or the Angelic Enchantment without having to worry about too much. Trading aggressively. Happy to trade the Siphon Sliver with the Newt. I don't want my opponent to, and the Newt's not going to do a whole lot anyway. But either the Accursed Spirit or the Giant Spider up. I want to be fairly aggressive. Yeah, Accursed Spirit can be blanked pretty quickly, but I want to try to put pressure online. If my opponent doesn't have a black creature, then Cursed Spirit starts getting pretty nutty. Okay, so far so good. Continue the pressure with the Spore Mound. try to just kill my opponent before the combos come down. Here looks like something scary. 6-drop Stormhound Enchanter. Yeah, and that's part of the combos, so definitely scary. Especially being able to gain that much life. I do have blocks for it, but if, that angel comes down, then this guy, that's definitely not good. Well, I'm definitely not attacking with Spore Mound, because it just gets eaten. So, attack with the Spirit. And then, we'll just play both Beasts, or Advocate of the Beast, I should say, in order to put more pressure on my opponent, and they can double block the Stoneheart Enchanter. My opponent wants to sink mana into that at the beginning of combat. Now, if my opponent plays the Angelic Enchantment, do I tack in with everything? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? No. Glad Oromancer continues to whiff. That is good for me. One black creature, and my sweet Accursed Spirit ends up doing nothing. So far that doesn't seem to be the case. And now, Trollhide, I can make a second threat. Do I want it to be the Spore Mound, which I kind of want to keep alive no matter what? Or do I want it to be the Advocate of the Beast? 3, 4, 5. Need to start killing some other things. I'm keeping these guys back for D. I could just try to go for it all on Cursed Spirit, but then I have all my eggs in one basket. So yeah, we're going to diversify a little bit more. Not out of this by any means, because the Stormhound Enchanter still on its own gains a bunch of life. And I'll do anything to kill a Stoneheart Enchanter. Ooh, no blocks. Love it. What is this? Okay. Gaining 4 life is bad, but not horrible when the Angelic Enchantment isn't out. Opponent pings me away. Pray again that there's no black creature. 4 life gain, whenever my opponent wants, is scary. Ooh, and then here comes the Reaver. Luckily, there are enough options that I have to deal with it. Question is, do I want to offer the trade, the Reaver with my Accursed Spirit? That's a good trade for me. Spore Mound is just going to block the Reaver next turn anyway. I have double blocks here. I'm playing the Spider and a Swamp, so my opponent's going to know what I have in hand. Can I win without the Accursed Spirit, though? Not without drawing something else, but I can draw something else. It will happen. It just allows my opponent to draw out more. My opponent should block the Accursed Spirit with the Reaver, that's for sure. Because that's how I'm winning right now. But does my opponent know that yet? And can I get 3 points of damage in now? I'm going to attack in. If I had other ways to remove the Reaver, then I wouldn't. But I just don't have any spot removal or anything, so... Okay. They trade. I play a land. I get a spore. I also get a giant spider. Defense is up. So Singer Vampire will be good. I'm just worried about my opponent drawing the nut draw with the enchantment and the bubbling cauldron, and then I'm just gone. Just absolutely gone. But it is a top deck war. Plummet will be good. Do I have any attacks here? No. No attacks. So the stalemate's up. Is this it? Doesn't seem like it yet. It's probably not super nail-biting watching this game, but for me, having aw, here goes my quag sickness. Well, it's gonna happen. Adios. But for me, it's actually pretty interesting. Seeing as I didn't even think I'd get this close to the finals. I can almost just barely pull out of it. Singer Vampire. That ain't it. Might as well hold on the swamp now, since my Spore Mound isn't going to do anything. Keeping this Plummet up in case my opponent tries to, you know, enchant the Griffin Sentinel with something. Still, I'm mostly worried about the Bubbling Cauldron and the Angelic Enchantment. I forget it's called Angelic Accord? I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. That guy is what scares me. Because my opponent has some sweet combos online. Ooh, Shadowborn Demon. So one of my creatures are going down. I assume it's my, yep, giant spider. I'm going to save my Plummet to kill it after my opponent has to sacrifice something, because there's only 2 cards in hand there. I'll take my 1 point of damage. That is going to happen. Forget about the Shadowborn Demon. Windstorm. Probably sack the Auramancer and then I'll use Windstorm against these two to, I can do that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Still have the 2 Advocates in order to block the Stonehorn Chanter. Goodbye, Auramancer. Start clearing the board away. Yay! What are you playing? Another... Oh, you're attacking. I see. Trying to start, take advantage of this. This could be a blowout. I really hope it is. So that's going to happen. And then I presume there's a combat trick here? Otherwise you wouldn't have done that? Yeah. So there's the Show of Valor, and now we're going to go ahead and kill the D... Huh. So my opponent's tapped out. Can kill both my Advocates. My opponent will have to either sacrifice the Demon or the Griffin Sentinel next turn. Or if I kill the Sentinel here, just to save a point of damage, then my opponent's going to have to sacrifice the Demon or the Chanter, so maybe I just save the Windstorm right now? Because there's the maybe hope that my opponent, yeah, sacks the Chanter instead of the Demon? Is that reality? Gives my opponent the opportunity to misplay, that's for sure. Nah, My opponent's not going to do that, and I'm taking an extra 5 points of damage if I do that, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would love it if this didn't happen, but alas, it does. Singer Vampire. That's not it. Well, we have chump blocks for a while. Well, that's a bummer. Been hanging in there, but I think my opponent's going to be outdrawing me here pretty shortly. Attacks me for 4. Okay, I'll take 4. I assume the saplings are just going to end up jumping that anyway, but for now, I'll take 4. Singer Vampire. That ain't it. Oh, I should be attacking. Dang it. I'm so dumb. I mean, it's a point of damage, but I should definitely have attacked with the sapling. For sure. I assume this is a Stoneharn Chanter pump. And it is. I'll chump here now. It's time to chump. Singer Vampire. Giant Spider. Keeps me alive just a little bit longer. Gets me farther out of reach of winning this game because my opponent's just gaining 4 a turn. Interesting. So my opponent has a play, it would seem. Because my opponent is not going to pay 6 to get some life. Hey, Charging Griffin. Singer Vampire. Yeah. That ain't exactly it, buddy boy. This Giant Spider can block the Griffin for a little bit. There's one more bit of power on this Mana Weft Sliver. That'd be cool. I think I'm just gonna block the Giant Spider, save the Mana Weft Sliver. Should have saved the sapling tokens because my only way to win is to do a a bunch of double blocks and stuff. So and start drawing some better cards. My opponent has, I was just going to say, Pacifism, Foaming Cauldron, all this. So, yeah, looking dire. I'll take 7 here? No, I can't. Gotta jump. Singer Vampire. Singer Vampire. I think it's my only out. Well, that ain't it. GG's. I need to keep this video going longer than it already has. Yeah, well, that was definitely a fun end to round 2. I'll probably still put this online, just gonna see how close that was. I really enjoyed playing it, despite having a pretty mediocre deck, and trying to just hold out as long as I could. Was there any hope in the near future? Ah, Vampire Warlord might have gotten it. Getting us in the game, although I assume my opponent was also trying to draw some more action. Nowhere near a Singer Vampire. Do I even have Singer Vampire? Yeah, there we are. Like, I do have this in my deck, correct? But that was going to be a long time coming. Okay, well that was fun. Well, thanks for watching this far if you did, on a pretty lame deck, but still always fun to play Magic the Gathering. I'm Ryan from Mana Bluff. Leave me comments, or find me on Twitter, __RJH___. Thanks so much. See you next week.